Hey, I went and watched the Logan movie, and guess what? In the words of Jay, schneing, sning, berserker style. Here's my review.
More about 21 Pilots. I can aware that I thought it was going to be more, but I can understand it. It's a good movie, but interesting at the same time.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Classy Nerd Talk. I am Sir Berkulator, and today we're going to talk a real quick review, spoiler-free, Logan. So, today we're going to talk about what I thought of the film and what this is going on, moving on to the Marvel films that we're going to be going into this year. Okay, so if you guys don't know what the movie's based off of, I will say this straight up. It is rated R, and it is a heavily rated R because 1, for language, 2, for violence, and 3, because it's an X-Men movie. But and the whole stupid smoking law that they had where, you know, people are literally vaping and smoking on set. But overall, I'm just going to run through a couple things and I'll tell you how my review was. So the first thing that we start off with is we actually start off, the first scene is fantastic. It's Hugh Jackman, and he's actually, Wolverine, Logan, is actually in a limo, and he is sleeping, and a bunch of these gang members decide to jack his car, and he ends up that ain't gonna happen. But what he's doing is, I'm not gonna spoil more, he's actually being a limo driver for a while to get money saved up for a certain thing. Also too is in this movie we have Patrick Stewart that played Xavier in all the other X-Men films. This is his final role too with Hugh Jackman. They're both not playing those characters anymore. But it's more of like a dystopian future. It's not like where all the X-Men movies were, where there was like a bunch of X-Men. This is like after the X-Men, kind of. It's like more like towards the future. But overall, Xavier is sick. He's old. Logan's old. But what I liked about this movie is how it's filmed and how it's well shot. It's more of like a desert feel. Very lonely, kind of. Mutants are non-existent really too much. It's not like, there's superheroes everywhere. It's just like, there's a couple laying around. So, overall, what happens is Logan meets up with this little girl called X-23, and that's played by Daphne King. And Daphne King, actually, this is one of her first things. She did a TV show. It was called The Refugees or something. But she played a really good X-23. She played a little girl that actually has some mutant powers. And Hugh Jackman has to get her to the certain place. And Xavier, goes on with the ride. But overall, very, very nicely done. Violence is, if you're looking to take your kids to it, I don't recommend it. There's a bunch of limbs, the claws going through somebody's head. There's a part where the eye pops out, it's pretty intense. Also too is the language that's used in this. You have to look at it this way. Logan and Xavier are kind of old, and they just don't care anymore about how the world is because everything has happened to them. It's loosely based on the comic called Old Man Logan. They put him in that universe, but not really completely based on Old Man Logan. It's just they took that out of context. This movie, why it was so well done, is it because the ending is the most emotional driven ending that I've seen in a superhero movie in a long time. I felt for this character at the end. Actually, most of the characters I felt really, really emotional. I was attached. I loved their characters. I loved X-23. I loved Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, his last thing. And he always plays it perfectly. Patrick Stewart always plays it perfectly as Xavier. So if I had to rate Logan to a scale of white trash or classy, I would have to say very classy. The film is very well directed, very emotional. Those characters are very developed. I really liked Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart and the whole cast together. They were great. The violence, and it is rated R, so I think it lived up to what we wanted in a Wolverine movie. So what did you think? Did you like this movie? Comment and like this video at the bottom. Also too, I'm doing a promotion on my channel. If you subscribe or share, I will put your name in a hat, and 100 subscribers, I will pull said name out of the hat. I will contact you and give you a $25 gift card for sharing and subscribing to my channel. Also, too, remember, if you're not nerdy enough, you're not classy enough to watch this channel.